Hey, this is Danny from Weird and Wired, and today I'm going to try and make a sliding pickup guitar using Knex. Sliding pickup guitars do exist already. In my mind, I always go to the Dan Armstrong London 341 model. Very iconic, but I can't afford one of those. I can, however, afford some Knex and a very cheap guitar off of eBay. This is an autograph guitar, which I know nothing about. It came with this pickguard with somebody's autograph on it. I have no idea whose autograph this was. If you recognise this autograph, I would love to know whose it is, supposedly. But the main reason I got this guitar, other than the fact that it was cheap and it doesn't matter too much what I do to this, is that it's got this great big cavity route here. So I thought we could get some Knex and fashion some sort of sliding mechanism that we can attach a pickup to. Why my mind landed on Knex for this, I'm not entirely sure. When I was a kid, I remember playing with Lego, Meccano and Knex, and out of those three, I thought Knex probably has the best sort of sliding capabilities, but I'm sure we're going to find out very quickly whether this is going to work or not. I've got a few ideas in mind, so let's pop this all on the workbench and see if we can make a Knex sliding pickup guitar. So this was the first idea I had, which was maybe a bit more sort of hidden. I was thinking with these parts here at the end, I could drill into the body and sort of secure these in, and then we've got this sort of, the blue piece in the middle. Something kind of along these lines would give us the rail that we'd need to kind of be able to slide in this cavity. Now this is obviously too high. The strings are going to be touching the pickup, so this would be no good, but I thought something like this. It sits in there nicely and it's quite hidden. But then I thought, if we're going to be making some sort of sliding pickup mechanism using Knex, do we want to hide the Knex? Which made me come to my second idea. So the rail, instead of being hidden in the cavity, it is outside, and it's just going to be screwed straight into the body. I figured that if we have 4 screws that hold the rail down, then we can also just have a bit of fun after the fact and, you know, just build a whole load of Knex coming out the rest of the guitar. You could redesign this guitar for every gig that you play. I think this will work a little bit better as well. It gives a little bit more freedom of the whole pickup sliding as well, and I think this will kind of allow for the pickup to sit under the strings, and the Knex isn't going to be too close to the strings making contact and muffling it. So this is the idea that I'm gonna run with. I'm gonna have to do this a little bit backwards. I'm gonna string this up first, and then we'll see how we can get the pickup to sit with the Knex with the strings. In terms of this guitar, just as a playable wall hanger, because I think that's really all it's meant to be. It certainly does the job. You can play this. No worries. So well done, good job, autograph. Well, it seems as though this idea is gonna work, so which is I'm pretty happy about that. I am now noticing that these grey rods that I picked out are a little bit bent out of shape, so I'm gonna raid my big Knex tub, see if I've got some which are a little bit straighter. I may also have a rethink on these specific colours, because you know, that's really where all the tone's going to be coming from on this. The pickup I got for this, I wanted to go for something that was going to be very colourful, so I picked up this relatively inexpensive Hot Rails style single coil. The real selling factor on this is the fact that it is bright green, and I think it will work perfectly fine for this project. I'm thinking of drilling holes into these orange bits of Knex, and that would allow us to screw the pickup straight into there. Alright, here we are past the point of no return, but I would say this is a success. This has come out exactly as I'd imagined, exactly as I'd have hoped. I ended up using these little blue washers that were in that big box of Knex just to raise up the rails, the rods on the outside to allow the pickup to slide smoothly. We get right down to the bridge, right up to the neck, and of course everywhere in between. But you may have had this thought yourself: does it stay in place? Will it move about on itself? And I can let you know, it absolutely will. But I've planned for this. I am going to try using some shrink wrap tubing on these 4 grey parts that connect the pickup to these rods, so it will give it enough friction against the body where it will stay in place where you want it, but you'll still be able to physically move the pickup into your desired pickup position. So the shrink wrap tubing has worked an absolute treat. The pickup stays exactly where you put it. It doesn't slide away of its own accord. Even giving it a good shake doesn't do anything. So I'm real happy with how that's worked. All that's really left to do is wire up our pickup, do a little pick guard material here so we can allow for a volume. And I'm going to go ahead and use the coil split that we have available with this pickup and see how it sounds, see what is the deal with sliding pickups, because the idea is that you've got a warm tone when you've got it near the neck, you'll have a brighter tone by the bridge. So let's wrap this up and see how this is sounding. This is what I've come up with for the control plate. It's a bit of black pickguard material, and that is held in place using this Knex frame, which is once again screwed straight into the body. These 2 screws go through the pickguard material and into the body, so that is holding that in place nice and firm. We've got a volume control and a 2-way toggle switch which controls the coil split of our hot rail style pickup, so that gives us both a full humbucker sound as well as a single coil sound. I've also added a couple extra pieces of the orange Knex and the blue washers either side of the pickup just to keep it nice and sturdy and stop the pickup from sliding side to side on these red rods when it is being moved into position. I've also secured the pickup wire itself in place right here. I was giving it a bit of a test run beforehand and the wire was coming out of the cavity, but having it secured in place keeps it so the pickup can move nice and free and the wire's not going to get tangled up in the way. So with all of these final adjustments, I think it's time to let you hear how this sounds. So there we go, the Knex Sliding Pickup guitar. This has been a whole lot of silly fun bringing this idea into reality, and it's honestly come out a lot better than I was anticipating. I thought if I can just make the sliding mechanism, regardless of how it sounds, I'll take that as a win. But this really demonstrates what a sliding pickup can do. I mean, this pickup was advertised as a bridge pickup. In the bridge position, certainly sounds like that to me. Up in the neck position, sounds like a neck pickup to my ear, and it's something that I've played around with in the past, using a bridge pickup in the neck position. But I think this guitar does a real good job of showing it makes such a difference where you position your pickup. Is this the most practical modification to do? Would I recommend this on any guitar? Absolutely not, no. But does it do a good job of demonstrating what a sliding pickup can do? I think so. And maybe this prototype Knex Sliding Pickup guitar will be the catalyst for another idea within this realm or beyond. In terms of this being a functional instrument, as I mentioned before, I think this guitar was initially made as a wall hanger, but you can certainly play some chords on this, you can play some licks on this. And is the Knex uncomfortable? I didn't find it uncomfortable. I rolled up my sleeve a bit to show that there was no real discomfort when playing it. The only real trade-off with having a guitar covered in Knex in this way is that depending on where you position the pickup, you might have to move where your picking hand is. So if the pickup is by the bridge, it's easier to pick by the neck. If the pickup is by the neck, it's easier to pick by the bridge. This pickup did a really good job as well. As I say, this was very inexpensive. This was less than £20, and I didn't have great expectations for what it would have to offer, but it certainly does what I needed it to do, and it's super cool that it came with the coil split capabilities, which I think, again, really lends itself to a guitar which is showing off tonal options. Now, that's pretty much everything that I wanted to show with this guitar, but there is one last thing that I haven't done yet. Okay, I think this monstrosity has finally suffered enough, but I would love to know what you guys think about sliding pickup guitars. Is it something that you're hip to? Are there other models and brands that I should be aware of? Please let me know along with all your thoughts and feelings, and until the next time, keep it weird and keep it wired.
Weird and wired.